Do you need more conversions from your Google Ads campaigns for your business? And by more conversions, I mean, the good ones that actually lead to more money coming into your account. When you've got profitable Google Ads campaigns, the easiest way in order to get more conversions is to go through the process of scaling your account. And what we mean by that is that you're happy with the quality of conversions, so you want to start increasing the spend in Google Ads so you can get more conversions. So in this video, not only am I going to take you through the two different ways that you can increase the spend in your Google Ads accounts to get more conversions, but I'm also going to take you through a case study to really show you how we achieve this. Because as I said at the start of the video, you just don't want to get more conversions, you need to get more high quality conversions. And the way that you achieve this, especially if you are a lead generation business and you really need to focus on the right type of conversions, you want to be feeding in your first party data back into your Google Ads account. So the example I'm going to be taking you through today was achieved exactly through doing that, feeding first party conversion data back into Google Ads. And the reason that we're able to do this is because we used an external tool called HubSpot, because this video is brought to you by the State of Data-Driven Advertising by HubSpot. And there's a full report which you can get access to just by following the link in the description below. But right now, I want to jump into our first screen share so I can really quickly walk you through those two ways that you can go through and scale your Google Ads campaigns. Let's go. So when it comes to scaling or increasing the spend that you're spending on your Google Ads campaigns, there's actually only two ways that you can do it. You increase your impression share or you reach out to new colder traffic. Now, the easiest way to scale your account is this first option of increasing your impression share. What happens with increasing our impression share is that we're going to our targeted keywords and then we're reaching out to similar and related keywords. The problem lies with increasing our impression share is that when increases in your cost per click are greater than your budget increase. So what I mean by that is that you might be able to scale your Google Ads accounts just by increasing your budget up until you get a search impression share of maybe 60%. But then what might happen from there is you might add in a budget increase of say 10%, but your CPC goes up by 25%. And that just means that you can no longer scale by reaching out to similar and related keywords. So then your other option is you have to reach out to new colder traffic. With the process there is that you are reaching out to similar audiences and then related audiences. But then the further out that you're reaching out into colder and colder traffic, which usually takes longer to convert. Now, the other problem with reaching out to colder traffic is that not only can they take longer to convert, is that if you're not using the right data, you can actually see an increase in lower quality conversions. You can expect that there can be some increase in lower quality conversions, but you still need to make sure that you're generating enough high quality conversions to justify any increase in budget spend. And the way that you can do this and the way that we've successfully been able to do this is by, as I said earlier, using first party data and importing that back into Google Ads so that we're giving our Google Ads campaigns a better picture of what type of people convert and who's more likely to convert, so that when we're adding in new type of campaigns or reaching out to colder audiences, we're able to do this in a profitable way. So very soon, I'm going to share with you the strategy that we use to increase the spend and reach out to colder audiences with our first party data without seeing an avalanche of poor quality conversions. But before we get into that real life example, I do want to let you know more about HubSpot's integration with Google Ads, which makes it easy to use that first party data with your Google Ads campaigns. And this is something that we've been testing for over the past 12 months in multiple accounts, and we've seen that HubSpot's integration with Google Ads has been a great success. And because we've been testing this in real life accounts, that's the only reason why I was comfortable to let HubSpot sponsor this video. Because if you've been a regular watcher of this channel, you will know that I never really promote any other products. In fact, this is only the second time that I've promoted any third-party tool. But because in our Google Ads accounts, we had seen the great value that HubSpot's integration had done with Google Ads, I'm happy to let you know that if you follow the link in the description below, you can get free access to the State of Data-Driven Advertising by HubSpot. Now, I think many people understand that in order to have the best results with your Google Ads campaigns, you need to have the best data feeding in. And sometimes this can be tricky, especially if you're dealing with lead generation where you don't want to know who fills out a form, but you want to know that once they've filled out an initial form or sales inquiry, which of those leads lead to real business. Once again, real business being money in your bank account. And this is where HubSpot's integration with Google Ads has been a real game changer for us, because it's allowed us to not only review the right data, but also make the right optimizations. So if this is all confusing to you and you would like to know a little bit more about how you can see the benefits of HubSpot's integration with Google Ads using that first-party data. Once again, I encourage you to follow the link in the description below so that you can get free access to the state of data-driven advertising by HubSpot. And one of the things I love about this report is that it not only explains how first-party data works, but it also gives you some easy to follow actionable strategies. But right now, let's jump into a screen share so I can show you that real life data of how we've used HubSpot's integration with Google Ads. And as a reminder, if you want to get that report, just follow the link in the description below. So what we did is that we're able to increase the spend in this lead generation campaign from $16,000 a month up to peaking at 30. And now for the last 2 months, it's been at 27 and 28,000. And the way that we did this is that we actually went through and added in an additional Performance Max campaign to show you in through here. And what this Performance Max campaign allowed us to do is it allowed us to increase the spend while also seeing in extra conversion value. And the reason for why we're comfortable to do this, because I know for some businesses, that, especially with lead generation businesses, they do get nervous when it comes to adding in Performance Max, which I understand. But the way that you can safely do this is, as you can see from here, is that we added in the integration with HubSpot and Google Ads. And what that allowed us to do is that when we set up this campaign, which was our Performance Max campaign, we then set it to campaign specific goals, which were only these HubSpot conversions. So because we're confident with the conversion data, because we had HubSpot's integration with Google Ads, it allowed us to make this decision. So what you really need to make sure is that you really need to make sure that before you just switch on another campaign, you need to make sure you've got the right data. So what we're doing through here, so let me just show you with the search campaigns. You can see with that we still continued our search, but what we did is that by adding in Performance Max on top of that, it started about here. Let me just go into the month. We started in April. It really allowed us to skyrocket that spend because we were confident with that conversion data coming in. So our search campaign was still going and focusing on all of our other form submissions, whereas our Performance Max was purely focused on these conversion value lead generations, where the conversion value was only fed back into Google once the sales team had actually marked off that sale inside of their HubSpot profile. So I just also want to show you some other things as well. As you can see here is that as this has been going on, you can actually see our conversion rate has started to pick up again. That was the search campaign. When we started with Performance Max, it did drop down, but then you can see through here, we've seen an increase in our conversion rate. Even though this dropped down, the conversion rate dropped down because we were reaching out to more users. So you can see from here, we started to see an increase in our impressions, but you can see as this data has gone on and on, we are getting more and more data and more conversions, which is increasing the performance of this total campaign. But the core foundation of us being able to increase the performance of that account, so reach out to new audiences, was because we were confident in the first party data that we were feeding back into our Google Ads account. What I do need to also add in there is you want to make sure that you've got the right strategy when it comes to optimizing your Google Ads campaigns. And if you want to make sure that you're optimizing all of your Google Ads campaigns in the right way, so that's your search, shopping, Performance Max, display, video, and demand gen campaigns. If you go into the description below, you can also get free access to my Google Ads optimization checklist. And when you're in the description of this video, make sure that you also follow that link so that you can get that free download for the state of data-driven advertising by HubSpot. Thank you for joining me. My name is Aaron Young from Define Digital Academy, and it's been an absolute pleasure having you here. And if you also want to see some further case studies about how we're using first-party data, I want you to go through and watch this playlist right here. See you next time.